From KMUW Wichita.
From Toronto, Ontario.
And from Armilla, Spain.
This is You're Saying It Wrong. Let's talk words. Hey, you two. Before we do anything else, you may have introduced me to a new word. I'm not sure if that's what you did or if it was a typo. But there was an email you sent me a week or two back, and at the end of it, you said, "Can't hoit," H-O-I-T.
That must have been me. Yeah,
it's a New Yorkism.
As in the old-fashioned, like in New York,
don't hoit.
The old Brooklyn accent. Don't hoit.
It don't hoit.
Yeah.
Oh, it can't.
Like a boy.
It can't hoit.
Can't
hoit.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense because, so here's what happened. I was like, hoit. Okay, I have no idea what this is. So I looked it up, right? Turns out hoit in dialectical British is a lazy, stupid person.
Yeah.
And the verb, there's a verb, or at least there used to be a verb, which meant to romp or to play the fool. Can't hoit.
Or a hobbling gait in Scots.
Okay.
And this is also interesting. It's the origin of the phrase hoity-toity. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Really?
Hoity-toity.
Yeah.
From what? Which version of Hoyts is hoity-toity?
I don't know. They're saying it right here. I'm looking. I mean, as we speak, I'm looking this up. So, but apparently, let's check etymology here. This is very vital.
I'm looking up hoity-toity on OED right now. Romping.
Okay. Yeah, riotous behavior from the 1660s. Frolicsome.
A rumpus.
Perhaps
like rumpus.
Perhaps an alteration and reduplication of dialectical hoiting, acting the hoyden, romping. See also hoyden.
Now, I think of hoity-toity not as romping. I think of hoity-toity as like, ew.
Hoity-toity, aren't we
grand?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't think of it at all that way. Yeah.
I have Merriam-Webster up here, and hoity-toity, one definition for the adjective form is thoughtlessly silly or frivolous. The other is marked by an air of assumed importance, highfalutin.
Yeah.
That's what I would
I
always
never
use
knew
it
the
as.
frolicsome one.
Never.
Yeah.
I would never use it. Never.
Do you ever use the word frolic while we're at it? I don't think I have frolicsome.
I
don't refer to anything as frolicsome?
I rarely frolic. I think sometimes I've seen my cat frolic in the flowers or something. But
well, for that matter, do either of you say hoity-toity? I never do.
Well, no.
I do.
I
actually no. I say hotsy-totsy. I say hoity-toity, but I more often say hotsy-totsy.
Mm-hmm. Which is the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, yeah.
Well, anyway.
Moving along into real world language.
So, yeah, I meant can't hoit.
Yeah, well.
Like that.
And additionally, we can't romp or play the fool either. We can't hoit.
No, we cannot. In a haughty manner. First of all, apropos of something we talked about the other week, we have this question from Ellie in Wichita that both Ross and I found interesting. She wrote, if it's a pair of pants and a pair of glasses, why isn't it a pair of bras? It's a great question.
It is, and it was really interesting because we didn't know, and we looked it up, and you have to go into the etymological past of English, as always, and English is very capricious. Because we were talking before about a pair of pants isn't like one pant versus another. We thought that's a fake etymology. But in a weird way, bras actually, the precursor to bras used to be plural. Before bras were worn in England, people wore bodices, which the OED describes as an inner garment for the upper part of the body, quilted and strengthened with whalebone. But interestingly enough, sometimes bodices apparently may have been two things. A pair of bodices was very common. People would commonly say, yeah, a pair of bodices.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes, apparently, they were actually referred to things lower as well. We found a citation in the OED from 1625, nothing but her upper bodice. So we
bodies. Bodies, because it was also called bodies, not bodices.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was pronounced bodice even then, though. I don't know, but whatever. So we have basically a two-part jobber for women underneath their clothes. So what happens next? We have the invention of a one-piece bra. It's an only one-piece item of clothing, so therefore we refer to it in the singular. Okay? And it's basically in juxtaposition to the previous two-part bodice or plural bodies.
But it doesn't make any sense anyway, though, because you still say pair of pants, and like a bra is one thing, and pair of pants is still one thing.
Yeah, I know. It's so typical English.
So it's still ridiculous.
No, because we wrote back to her and explained it all. At the end of it, we go like, but it doesn't make any sense anyway. But that's the reasoning. That's what happened. And incidentally, Fletcher, do you know where bra comes from? I never thought of it. I should have known, given the name. But obviously, it comes from the French brasier. But do you know where that comes from?
Or brassiere, as we say it in the United States.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing the French. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I can remember what. It's probably not related to brasserie, but I don't know what brasier. No, I don't know. What's brasier? Is it from a place?
No.
These are usually place names. No, I don't know. Tell me more.
It's actually a compound word.
Oh, really?
It's a compound word, isn't it? Because it's arm guard.
Mm-hmm. Oh. The French, the ancient Greek,
why arm guard? Fletcher said brasserie, and as a kid, I remember I knew the word bra, and then in books I'd read about a brasserie and a brazier, and I always got those three-word brassiere, brasserie, and brazier completely confused, and I was like, why is a bra named after like a place that you go to for wine at night in Paris? Yeah, I don't get it.
That is so cool, Catherine. I'm going to now bring up one of my confusions as a kid. I'm not sure they even say, the word matinee?
Yeah.
Okay. They used to always have matinees when I was a kid somewhere or whatever. But I was always really
Broadway.
Whatever. Okay, that's where it is. But I was really into animals at that when I was a little kid, and manatee. You know the word manatee? I used to think that people would go to like places to look at, like they had like big pools. And I really had it in my head. And like New York, we lived outside of New York, and I had like people are going to like pools to look at manatees, which seemed reasonable, but it's weird. So Kathy has brasseries, I have manatees. That's interesting. Yeah.
Kids are amazing. Did you have one like that, Fletcher?
Oh, I'm sure. I can't think of one off the top of my head, though.
Okay.
But it always gets me because we always talk about how curious kids are. But there's also the corollary, the opposite. They're very accepting too. I didn't really, you know, in both cases,
bras, brasseries, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Manatees, matinees, you don't even think, you just accept it.
My 4-year-old bombards me with questions when we read a book, and a lot of times when we're coming up on a word I know she doesn't know, I'm like bracing myself, and then she doesn't even ask about it. Well, she asks, why does this person have one shoe on? She doesn't care at all about what infinity means.
Yeah, right? No, it's so interesting. I mean, to be fair, they're confronted with so much. You gotta like pick and choose. So.
Oh, she rarely picks and chooses. She asks every single question, but except infinity, it turns out.
Okay, so now we're going to leave brasseries and manatees and bras to the side. And Fletcher, I've just sent you a sentence. And we'd like you to, this is going on to the next topic. We'd like you to read this sentence that I sent you.
Okay, I'll read this sentence out loud. The other day, I got very tired running in my running shoes and then riding on my black striped bicycle down the street.
Okay, he did it, Kath.
Oh, he did. Can you repeat from on my on the latter part of the sentence? On my
Sure. Then riding on my black striped bicycle down the street.
Yes, he did. Okay,
this is okay.
Did I do it right or wrong? I did something, but I don't know what I did.
Kath, let's read the email now from Stan in Washington.
Okay, Stan in Washington said, "I have an inveterate, purposeful choice of words, NPR listener in Camas, Washington. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, Stan.
You
and
lived
just
in Washington.
discovered you're saying it wrong. Episodes of which I am now simultaneously devouring and savoring. Hey, we love that of you. I would like to submit some of my pet peeves, most of which I've been carrying around for a long time, all of which irk me like a pebble in my shoe when they are not actually causing me to fear for the future of civilization. Okay, number one. This is the key right now we're doing. Somewhere, somehow, an H squoze itself between the S and T and S and R in our spoken language. Now, nursery and all words similar are pronounced similar to nursery, and all words similar to strong have become similar to strong.
Huh.
Some speakers, perhaps out of an abundance of incitement and inspiration, even try to pronounce ST like SHT as in stop sign. This, unfortunately, is particularly evident on NPR, but has seeped into the language everywhere like an articulatory virus.
Okay.
So now,
So what's going on, Fletcher? Did you hear yourself do that or not?
I had not thought of it, so I don't know. Let me read it again.
Okay. Now he's going to read it like.
Well, no, I just won't. I'll just read it. The other day, I got very tired running in my running shoes and then riding on my black striped bicycle down the street. I did do it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
striped.
Right.
Yeah.
Striped,
Do you know what it's called,
striped.
Fletcher? It's very common. Do you know what it's called?
No, I don't.
Actually, before one quick thing, Kath, why don't you and I try to read it? Let's read it.
I don't. Whoa! I don't say like stop sign.
No, you don't. But there's a
no, you don't.
This is
you
called
have a very slight
striped. It's there. It's definitely there on stripe.
It's called S retraction or S backing, and you do have it, and it's not universal amongst people. It's also not universal in terms of every T or whatever is done. But I think before we go into that, let's both you and I read it, Kathy.
Okay, go.
Okay, the other day I got very tired running in my running shoes and then riding on my black striped bicycle down the street.
No, you're not doing it.
Okay, Kath, you read it.
The other day, I got very tired running in my running shoes. I don't like that, running in my running shoes.
Oh, I did it deliberately to make it more confusing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Running in my running shoes and then riding on my black. Blah, no, I can't do anything. I can't say blah.
No, I just wanted to get you calm.
Riding on my black striped bicycle down the street. Then riding on my black striped bicycle down the street. No, I don't
do it either. No, it's interesting.
I do have problem with social though. Sometimes I hear myself say social.
Yeah,
I do sometimes. Social security. I have a problem with.
That's interesting. It's basically it's called S backing or S retraction linguistically. And it's very common. We're not quite sure why people do it. Some people say that the R causes you to go backwards in your head and make the SH turn. It's very common with STRs, particularly among males.
I was just about to say it's that STR that really is doing it right there.
Yeah. And some people call it
it's like Sean Connery does it.
What about this? I wonder with that I wonder if that TR especially, because okay, what's that big brown plant that comes out of the ground and has bark and leaves? Say that word. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Tree.
Wow, tree. Fletcher?
Tree. CHREE.
You are brilliant.
You're right. I say
Fletcher,
tree.
You are absolutely brilliant because we were just about to bring that up, or at least I was. There is a very common co-articulation with the T. It's they noticed that exactly. Mm-hmm. People a lot of times you can't help it even with the TR. Say the TRUCK.
Truck. Yeah. Truck. Right.
Kids actually, in some cases, kids actually spell truck. They did a study, and they spell it with a CH.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Believe that. Yeah.
So I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that really affects that because again, like I said, I don't say stop sign. I don't, but I might say, but I'll say like strong. Strong. Although that, I mean, when it slides into that TR, it kind of makes the ST sound like a SHT, even if I'm not actually doing that with my mouth.
No, you're completely
And it's
correct.
not actually very strong. It's like half of an sh. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a hint. It's a scintilla of an
Mhm.
sh.
Yeah,
Because
yours was
you're not saying street, but you said when you said striped, it wasn't striped.
Right.
But it was that hint of an
That
h.
little hint. Yeah.
no, it's really interesting. And here's something really cool. S backing is different. Basically, they think amongst females and males.
Oh.
Apparently, males tend to do the striped more commonly.
Hmm.
Females tend to do what's called a word medial. They'll say restaurant, grocery.
In the middle,
In the
medial as
middle.
in the middle of something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that. I just noticed. Yeah. Restaurant. Absolutely.
Restaurant.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but their
Restaurant.
differences, it's
I
really
know,
interesting.
restaurant, constraint. They also say
Constraint.
that it's more common in the Midwest, South, and Canada, but not in the West. But then I saw something else saying it was more common more common in the East and the West, more southern than northern, more rural than urban. Yeah, they
Yeah,
think, but who
but
knows?
Canada is north, and and it's common in Canada too. I think
Mhm.
no one really knows where it's done. Apparently, though, women tend to do it more than men. Basically, young women tend to be the linguistic drivers of
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
we talked
change.
about
Yeah, we
that.
talked
We
about
talked
it.
about
Yeah,
that.
Mhm.
yeah. So it's really interesting that common, but it's also interesting, Kathy, because you and I don't do it,
No,
and
we
that's
do
why,
not.
and
But
that's
as
why I
I
get
said, I do sometimes have problems with social.
social.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Social.
I might too. Social security, social. I don't know. I don't think I do.
I'm sorry, as you guys do this, are you finding more saliva in your mouth? Because I'm starting
Yes,
like
I am. I'm
flooding.
getting like I know. I am
No, like
too.
social. I feel like snagglepuss or whatever it was.
But to answer the question, I think that we're seeing linguistic change in action when we're watching this.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's really a virus. It's just language changes. And
Yeah.
we're seeing that
Right.
we're kind of forced. I think co-articulation is probably the best theory why it's happening. Like Fletcher brilliantly thought about it with the TR in truck. You're kind of the combination of those letters kind of slightly forces the SH for STR.
Mhm.
But it's what's happening. I mean, like that's how language works. I think because everyone talks about it all the time now, we're listening to radio and all that, we notice it.
Yeah.
Whereas before,
Right.
they didn't. To the best of my knowledge, they didn't have radios in Old England, so they didn't hear it, so they weren't that aware of it.
But I mean, we go back to how we drop and like how Middle English has changed to Modern English. I mean, we've dropped all those the e's at the end that are still there
Yeah.
in spelling that we don't pronounce,
Exactly.
and so
Yeah.
forth. So I mean, it's very similar.
Yeah. One day we
But
should
it's just that the spelling will not change. What?
actually one thing we should do is get someone reading. I found a couple of them. Get someone reading Shakespeare. There's a father and son team that read Shakespeare as it would have been pronounced in Shakespeare's
Well, Ross,
day.
you never asked me to recite the prologue from the Canterbury Tales, which,
Kathy,
as you well know, I can do.
You've done this. I hate to tell you this, but you forgot. But you've several times enlightened us with your
I
Chaucerian
keep trying to
pronunciation.
shoehorn it in again.
I know, and you're succeeding too. You've done it several times. We can go backwards and do a search and we have Kathy reading Chaucerian English.
But one thing I want to talk about, because while we're at it, I mean, with this sh sound, then you have completely tangential sugar and sure,
Okay.
SU, both
Uh-huh.
spelled.
Fletcher,
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think
it's-
it's should?
Well, because sugar sounds weird, and so does sewer.
It does. You're very right.
Actually, though, there's a little more complex than that. Actually,
Oh, really?
well, the U used to be pronounced. The U used to be pronounced "shu," like sugar, like that.
Sugar?
Sugar.
Well, that's even worse.
And then the co-palatalization, the car, backwards it forced the sh to it,
Yeah.
and then it lost
But they kept
they kept
the
the spelling.
SU, even though they changed the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same thing, but I mean, it's not only sugar like that. Yeah, pressure. Or nation, Tion, is shun.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I always say nation.
Subjugation.
Nation.
Do you?
National.
Interesting.
There's going to be a national election next year. So,
Well, and I mean, while we're at it, a word like natural is CH instead of T, right?
Yeah.
Natural. We don't say
Yeah.
natural. Natural.
Natural.
Yeah.
No,
And that's why when you see things written in the vernacular, I was going to say, like those books in the past would spell, like, it was supposed to be a mountain person. They would spell it like natural, NACHERAL or something Yeah.
Okay, moving along. This is another unrelated email not on the CH as the SR. This is something I've been wondering about. Why is there a slash in the abbreviation of with, or for that matter, without, W/ or W/O, while most other abbreviations have a period? Am I missing something?
Am I missing something obvious? This was Ken in Jersey City.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Ken.
The one difference, I don't know if this is the answer, but the one difference is without is one word. It's two word. I mean, it's a compound word, basically, right? It's two words making up one word rather than two separate words. So like if we had two separate words, we'd put periods after each of them. But since it's all one word, we put a slash in between the two words.
About, okay, but how do you abbreviate care of, Fletcher? So you're addressing something.
Well, that's CO, but like, actually, I see it both ways. But that also seems like a postal type abbreviation or something that might otherwise confuse things if it were C period O period.
Mm-hmm. How do you abbreviate air conditioning?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was just guessing. I don't know. I was just guessing.
That was actually a good guess. It really was a good guess. And we don't really have a great answer, do we, Ross?
No, we don't. That's the problem. I know.
You get the slash most often with two-letter abbreviations. So it's kind of what you're thinking of when you said the postal thing, because one theory is that a pair of letters could look like a word, like care of, CO looks like co, or C.O.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the slash might make the pair of letters, it goes, hi, I'm an abbreviation. I'm not a word, I'm an abbreviation.
Here's another question I have. When do we put periods after words that are lowercase and in English?
Boy.
That's a tough question. I don't understand it.
So it's like, you mean like number,
like AM? We'd put periods after A and M, but that's not English. We'd put periods after IE, but that's not English. We'd put periods
BC.
after RSVP.
Right. Okay, BC.
But that's capital. I'm talking lowercase words like without, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to think of any examples of lowercase words
that are not Latin.
That are not Latin or French or whatever. I mean, like RSVP, we would put.
Yeah, RSVP. Period.
Yeah.
Two words. I think we're gonna have to revisit that the next one. We're gonna do frantic. I'm frantically looking up.
Wait a sec. Oh, but those aren't lowercase. I was thinking of Mr. and Mrs., but those are uppercase.
Again,
the first letter is.
I'm just all of these others like care of, air conditioner, without. Those are lowercase words and they're in English, and we're putting slashes in there. When are we putting periods? Is what I'm wondering.
Abbreviation.
CC.
ABBR. Period.
How about CC?
Yeah, but ABBR is 4 letters. I'm talking one letter for each word.
Okay, CC. CC.
Oh, I don't mean.
But you don't do a period after each.
Periods after CC. I just see CC.
No, you just see CC.
Yeah. All I can think of is BC, but the C would be capitalized. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is BCC that sometimes they have BCE?
That's 3 letters.
Same deal.
Yeah.
That's 3 letters.
Well,
yeah, 3 letters.
I mean,
what about
BCE is capitalized typically, so.
Okay.
Etc. Now, doctor is uppercase D. That's a hard question.
There's probably an answer, but it certainly seems like if we have just common words that we are abbreviating, we're putting slashes there. If it's a two-word phrase, we're not using periods.
Okay, is MD capitalized? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number, NO, dot,
But it's
later
not.
period. Sorry,
But
I'm
it's
just-
yeah.
That's
No.
still an abbreviation, like, of the word, not
Oh,
again.
yeah, I
Again,
forgot.
it
Yeah.
doesn't fit care of air
Yeah.
conditioner.
How about PS?
No.
Is PS capitalized?
Yeah, it usually is. It's also not English,
Yeah.
is it?
No, you're right. What am I saying?
Yeah, it is postscript. It's
Postscript. It is.
postscript.
Yeah, but
I
I
thought
think
it
it's from the
was
Latin, though.
postscriptum,
Postscriptum.
right?
It's yeah.
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 I mean, I realize I've come up with like a very niche example. Like there probably are not a lot of things that are going to fit here. I just what I'm thinking of are we have talked about these other words, and we're putting
Yeah.
slashes there, A/C,
Yeah.
or C/O. Where are my A period, C periods?
Okay.
Where
What about is AC DC? AC alternating current DC?
That's not all periods.
It's A period
That's
C
also a
period.
band, Ross, from Australia. Sorry.
But it is AC period. I'm just looking up like alternating current. Just look up.
I thought it was ACD. I can't help it. I am thinking of the band, and I will not sing. Don't worry. But I always think of ACDC as not having periods.
Yeah.
Oh no, usually it does. I'm thinking. Let me just see. Let me just go look up something right now.
I mean, I see all of them as AC/DC, and I don't know if that's been influenced by the band or if
by the band.
I mean, like everything I see is the main job. I mean, here, the main job of an AC/DC
No,
power
it's not.
supply.
Yeah, it's not period. There's no period. It's just straight, and it's big, and it's No, I don't. I think Fletcher, you've really got something there. Railroad RR.
I'm curious.
All of them. Railroad.
I feel like I'm on
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Fletcher, you've got something here.
I'm intrigued.
I can't see anything. BO, remember that?
No, nor I.
Remember BO from the old days of TV?
Okay, maybe BO. Maybe
Yeah, I think we got one. BO. That's well, moving along into more important things.
Speak for yourself, Ross.
well, what I mean, that kind of was the question, right? Why do these things have slashes in them? And maybe the real answer is there aren't actually things with periods in them that follow that regard the same, common two-word things in English.
I think that's a really good guess, Fletcher. I think that really might explain it.
It's kind of weird, but I mean, obviously we can't think of any right now.
No, I'm looking at a long list
noticing?
now. I don't see anything. I don't see anything at all.
Are you guys noticing, though, that there are fewer and fewer periods in abbreviations? Like I'm thinking when I do now AM or PM, I don't bother with a period.
No, I don't either.
Yeah,
I just do AM or PM, and lowercase AM or something.
Yeah, I'm the same
And I'm wondering,
way.
because I mean, to be a little dull for a second, there are different types of abbreviations. I mean, there's clipping. You just take part of the word off. That's like what we're talking about with, I don't know, et cetera or something. Not et cetera. What would be clipping?
Well, you said like abbreviation, ABBR.
Yeah, okay. And then there's brevigraphs, and that was when you replace the letters with a character or symbol. And then there's the one that's the most common now, which is initialisms or acronyms like LOL, OMG, ASAP, all that.
You never use a period in those. So
no,
really
it's just, and those tend to be capitals.
So
But
basically,
I think because of the internet, we're going that way. I mean, even with things that used to be.
Yeah, I think the slash and the period are both becoming fossilized. They're not going to be used as much. And as Fletcher pointed out, the period is going to be mostly with Latin phrases that are kind of fossilized anyway. IE basically is, no one really knows what IE means in Latin anymore. They just know it. They just chuck it in.
Yeah.
So basically, we're getting rid of both aspects of abbreviations.
Fascinating.
Yeah, we really are. Although pair of, you're still going to have the slash. I mean, I still think the slash is actually, I think, more helpful in cases than the period. Because as Fletcher had pointed out, like when you sometimes see it without the slash, it looks like a word.
I agree with you, but I agree with you completely, but I think those are going to be fossil expressions like post-snow bills when they put it up, which means no one really thinks of handbills when they say post no bills. You see post no bills sign, don't put stuff up here.
Mhm.
And CO,
Yeah.
AC, and NA are like basically fossil things. When we have new things that are coming up that we're going to use abbreviations for, we're not going to use the slash. Those are just left, is what I think.
I think you're right.
Wow.
I think you're absolutely right.
Okay, we have a little quiz coming up, Fletcher.
Okay.
Kathy explained to you
About
the different
abbreviations.
Oh, great.
So we have the first one, and this is Kathy. You want to read it?
Okay, the abbreviation is NO dot.
NO dot.
What?
Yes.
I'll paste it in for you. What is that an abbreviation of?
Typically, it's an abbreviation of number.
Right. Very good.
Good. Okay,
So now
we
have now a question. Where does it come from? The Latin word nomen, meaning name or noun, extended to counting. 2, the Latin word nota, meaning note or point. 3, the Latin word numerus, meaning number, Numerus. 4, the Latin word numus, meaning a coin, Nummus. Later extended to counting coins, and then, of course, number.
Oh, wow. So I guess that's where numismatist comes from. Huh?
Yes, it does. Very good, Fletcher.
That's one of those words I always have to stop to say before I say it.
I agree.
Super weird.
That one and the stamp collector one really gets me.
Is that philatelist?
Yes, it sounds obscene too.
Isn't that weird? Yeah. Never.
No.
You wouldn't know what those were if you didn't know what they were.
No.
Well, the inclination, of course, is to assume that it comes from one of the first two because those are NOs, but I'm going to say not. I'm going to say they came from one of the NUs for some reason. So do I go with numerous or do I go with numus? Let's just go with numerous.
Fletcher, you got it right. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm upset. I should have mixed the NUs and the NOs. It comes from the abbreviation numerous. Actually, the O, there are endings in Latin change. It's the ablative case, which ends with an O. So it gets N. Numerous is when the noun, and the numero is of or referring to number. So it's N, the first letter, and O, the last letter. Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
I'm impressed.
Okay, now we have Kathy's favorite. You told me this years ago. I know you love this.
I know. It's like one of those facts that I just hug all the time.
I know. I'm going to read
ampersand.
I'm going to read it and let Kathy explain it. What is ampersand most closely related to? X, Y, Z, per se, or the Latin et, meaning and? 1, X, Y, Z. 2, per se. 3, Latin et, meaning and.
I think I may be able to pinpoint exactly when I learned this, and I think it was in 6th grade. And I think my mother was my 6th grade language arts teacher. That's what we called that class in English.
Yeah.
And I guess this doesn't mean it's true, but my teacher said it and my mom said it, and they were the same person. And so I believed it ever since. Apparently, when you used to recite the alphabet, you'd say A per se A. Now, I don't know why you did that, but B per se B. You'd get all the way to the end, and you'd have that symbol, the ampersand, and you'd say and per se and that sort of turned into ampersand.
Wow. Excellent.
Very good. Although we didn't have that, it was after everything. We just had it, what we had read, but you might be right, it was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the old way, but then it would go X, Y, Z, and per se, and at the end. But then they said when they changed the alphabet song to the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star tune, they got rid of ampersand because it didn't fit, which sounds so believable. So I don't know if it's your way or our way, but the bottom line is yes, it was considered sort of like the 27th letter of the alphabet unofficially.
Yeah.
But then in the late 19th century, it lost favor. It just sort of lost.
Well, I'm going to give you two a Latin quiz right now. What does per se mean? Why
That's
would
what
it be here?
That's what I was going to ask. Oh, no.
Oh, shoot. And I wrote a whole thing about per se. Oh.
It means
I'm going to defer to Fletcher.
No,
Ross.
okay. Ross,
I'll quickly just say it. So it means in and of itself.
okay.
Per se, per itself, by itself, in and of itself. So I guess when they're saying it, my guess would be A in and of itself, B in and of itself. I think it's really dumb, but that's what they they did.
Weird. Yeah.
A by itself, B by itself, C by itself.
And by itself. Huh.
But the symbol itself meant and.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, because it was the Latin letters E and T intermingled,
Yes.
sort of swirled together. Yeah.
Yeah, they do little. Latin was really big on like doing all sorts of like mushy letters together. They're dictionaries just of Latin abbreviations because the mounds of letters all done up.
Well, I always loved the A and E mushed together as a kid. I always thought that was so fascinating in British books.
Don't tell me what a pain that is looking up books, though. Because a lot of when you look up books for values, a lot of times they have the A and the E separate. And then if they have the A and the E mushed together, you get nothing. So it's a pain. I hate it.
You're Saying It Wrong is part of the NPR network and is produced in the studios of KMUW in Wichita, Kansas by me, Fletcher Powell. Kathy Petrus records from her home in Armia, Spain, Ross Petrus from his home in Toronto, Ontario in Canada. Torrin Anderson composed our theme music, and our digital team is Beth Golay and Carly Cooper. You can find all of our past episodes by subscribing to the You're Saying It Wrong podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or by visiting us at kmuw.org. If you have a question for Kathy and Ross, if you'd like to suggest a topic, or you just want to reach out, you can email me at powell@kmuw.org or email them at kandrpetrus@gmail.com. You can also email us a voice memo of you asking your question. You might get your voice heard on air. If you'd like to do the same thing by downloading the KMUW app, you can do that and just click the Talk to Us button. You can find all of Kathy and Ross's books pretty much anywhere you get books, and a handful of them are also available on audiobook read by the authors themselves. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week.